All right, so the last thing I asked my nephew to do was to put some spark plugs in this, and they conflicted with the headers. And we've tried everything in the world. So here's a stock manifold, and if you guys want to see that, there's no clearance there, even with the stock manifold. So if we did the hypo headers, because these are GT40 heads, if we did hypo exhaust manifolds, we'd run into the same problem. They do go down a little bit more, but the boots would burn up. So what I'm going to have to do, I have no choice, is custom make some exhaust manifolds. Some headers. So we'll put the old ones back on because everything cleared except for 2 tubes. So we'll cut the tubes off. We'll move them out about 1 inch because there is clearance. It's not a problem. This guy, I think, in this guy, and then we'll re-weld them, and they won't be pretty at first, but
they're gonna be awesome.
We'll clean them up and we'll get them re-ceramic coated. And this side's perfect. There's no problems. That side is the tight one, so we'll do what we can do.
Hell yeah!
Oh, and by the way, here's an update. We're just really quick. We got the doodle in. This guy. Oh, it looks good. It looks really good. These things are hard, man. And by the way, the 68 original doors we kept around for, I don't know, forever. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's got a grinder in his hand.
It's a Chinese on Chinese crime.
Yeah, Chinese on Chinese crime. We've got to make some modifications, like just trim stuff and move stuff around, because they just don't clear, and you have to do that. Anytime you buy something and you think, ooh, bolt on or whatever, it's like, that's not true. It never works. No one ever, whoever does it will tell you it works. I know, it just has to happen. But on the good side, we got the fuel pump and the sending unit routed. I did this tape because when it gets a trunk cover, that'll all be covered up, and it's the only way to route it through the factory hole and be nice, and it's out of the way and it won't get harmed there. This wire is for the lights, and I did do the speaker wire stuff, so these are ready to go. I'm going to tidy those up, and then when he gets out of my way, the last thing I have to do, man, is all those wires. But once you get it to that point, it's just like cut, trim, strip, terminate, cut, trim. You're sitting there for a half hour and just get it done, and then we should be good to go. So she's coming together. We're right on schedule. If we didn't have the exhaust problem, we wouldn't be stressing, but now because we have the exhaust problem, we're drinking homemade apple cider and stressing. So right on. Yep, we're good though. We will see you at CTC. Whether we have actual door windows or not is as yet to be seen, but we'll have quarter windows and we'll have vent windows. So I don't know why he's got a pry bar over there. Okay, I gotta go.
Just like the boating thing.
All right, don't listen to the background because they're retarded. But I'm sorry, they're mentally challenged. Anyway, we're on
the scale. What's that? We're on the
one of the spectrum.
On the spectrum.
All right. All right. So we got these guys terminated. We got these are obviously temporary. We talked about in the last video. We got everything done in here. We got the doodle hickeys on the ding dang doodle, also known as a fan, connected. I made sure it was oriented in the correct direction. Now.
Is it oriented or orientated?
Orientated. I prefer orientated. Oh, look at all that shiny stuff, because the man done put Dynamat all the way across this. So we learned in the past how echoey and vibraty and just terrible these cars are. So we put boom mat in here, top and bottom. See if you can see that. Yeah, I know, right? And both sides. And then we did Dynamat down here. We're still going to add some more in the back because the road noise is bad here, and we're going to put some thermo stuff here because that's where the mufflers sit, and it just makes so much heat. But yeah, anyway, we've got wing windows in, because my brother's an awesome builder. Right? We got rear windows in her. Yeah, I know, right? The one cool thing that I did is, I mean, that's the cool thing that I did. That's,
Yay.
yeah, that's all I did the entire day. That's what I did. And wing window. Here, I'll get this dude over.
Didn't you run one wire to the fuel pump?
Wing window, and
You did run one wire. I've seen it.
We don't want to talk about that.
One wire.
And this guy in. So, man, really good progress today. Most people would think like, oh, that's all you did is a couple little. No, it's a lot of work. Anyway, so I'm crawling under here to show you the one wire that I did. I hooked up the sensor, the fuel pump, and the grounds on the fuel tank. This is an aftermarket fuel tank. It's really neat because they offer these now with the return and also the power. The supply line. And
I think you were napping.
I was napping. It was really cool.
I think you
down
napped.
There.
I think I missed out.
It was the concrete is very cool, so it's nice to nap. But this is a bigger gas tank. I think it's an 18-gallon, and it's also got the train. So this guy, we should probably be able to get like an estimated range of at least like 150 miles.
Because it's such a hot rod.
All right, so if everything works out tomorrow, my friend Barry's gonna come by because.
Brother, I love you. You should look at your pinion angle. We have an issue.
Stop it. Anyway,
my
friend Barry, shut up back there. My friend Barry's gonna come by. You notice these are the headers we took off. Thank you, Spencer. He tried to put spark plugs in. He found the worst problem we've had so far. And it's because those headers are made for a regular 302. These are GT40 heads. GT40 heads, the spark plug almost comes out at a straight angle. I don't know any way to explain it other than here's a factory exhaust manifold from 65. And if you look, you can't, there's no clearance there. There's absolutely no clearance there. So what we're gonna have to do is take these guys, sorry, I apologize. We're gonna take these headers, and my buddy Barry, he's just a master fabricator. I don't know how else to describe him. We're gonna cut the offending tubes, which I think is this one and this one, maybe this one. We're gonna cut them, we're gonna extend them out an inch so that those spark plugs will match, or will clear, so that we can use them and complete our exhaust. And that, I'm breathing hard, that will give us the ability to go where we want to go. Because to be honest with you, without the exhaust being fixed, I don't know what to do. Yes, JBA and what's the other company?
Max. Yeah.
Max. Yeah. They sell a header that fits this car and that fits that motor for the GT40 APs or GT40Ps. What are they called?
Yeah.
Remember? Anyway, they sell a header for this car, but it's a delivery issue. So we have to leave. Well, we have to leave Wednesday morning, so we have to have the exhaust completed by, tomorrow. 7 o'clock in the morning Tuesday, whatever, So without those headers here, if we order them Monday morning, they won't get here Tuesday. And Barry's going to come by, help us fabricate those guys. He's a badass. And hopefully we can make the exhaust work. And then we'll start building the interior. We got the carpet laid out so it'll stretch out, but the interior is all there. It's just the exhaust. The exhaust is our problem. So solve that problem and we're happy. Not solve that problem, this car's sitting here. Anyway, I'll let you guys know. We'll see how it worked out. And as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope that you subscribe and follow us and do the whole doodle. All right, peace out, bro. All right, guys, it's Monday night. We've got Tuesday night in a couple hours Wednesday. Wednesday it's going to get an alignment Wednesday morning, so we won't have the car, but we'll be able to pack stuff up while they're doing it. Spencer has got headers on and header bolts. He's going to put the spark plug wires on. We just had to rebuild some of these. We talked about the exhaust issue. Well, my buddy Barry came over and he did the best he could with what we had available, and extended these out. They work really good now. There's an inch gap, but we had to put 90 boots on because these guys stuck out way too far. So we put the 90s on, and which, as anybody knows, it's a pain in the butt, but we got that. We're good there. Bunch of the wiring's terminated. It's still a mess, but and it's sitting in there because we're tracking down some problems. But the dash cluster lights up. I got the computer in now. If you see that, it's actually in. And car turns over with the key. So the next step. Oh, sorry. Then Drew, my brother, has got he's been just doing a whole bunch of little stuff. So I got rubbers here. Got the rubber on the back here. Got the gas tank in, connected the gas tank stuff, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but man, it takes a long time to just find everything and fix everything in every little spot. But you got this guy going on. It's locked, I'm not sure. Yep. Got the striker in, door handle in, closed up, rubbers on the door. Yeah, I had to chase down a wiring. Oh, we got I don't know if I showed you, we got the Dynamat stuff in on the floor and doors. I had to chase down a wiring issue. So the starter circuit, something comes up to the engine. Maybe on the old engine, there's a harness that's missing, I guess, but it comes out and then goes back in to get over to here. So it's doing something, but we're thinking it might be transmission neutral safety switch. So that's the thought anyway. So we looped that back. Once we got that looped back, in case you're wondering, in case anybody else is struggling with that, loop that back, and now it starts, it turns over with the key and everything like it's supposed to. So all we have to do is, we've got the timing set, finish the spark plugs. I got 2 connections of fuel in the back. The return line, which is really easy, everyone knows that, about a foot of hose. And then the high pressure line. I've got a rubber hose that goes about a foot also, but I got to pick up a 2-foot piece of that. So that's where we're at. It's a bunch of little stuff and a bunch of problems solved, and we're gonna hit it again tomorrow and see where we can get. I'll probably work on, well, I'll do the clutch, I'll do the steering column, put the steering wheel in and get that column stuff finished. And then we want to see the transmission turning and doors. That should be it. If we can get it starting and turning and running and the transmission working, then we're golden, because I can take it down there and finish stuff on the roadkill kind of style. So that's where we're at, guys. Okay, I know everybody likes to see the first startup. We tried to start it up and it was no spark. Spent all day yesterday figuring that out. We had power to the coil and the distributor. Thought that it was a distributor, and then realized later, a lot later, that we needed to check for power as it was turning over because it wasn't getting power. It ultimately ended up being the pink and red wire. Sorry, yeah, pink and red from the Ford Motorsports harness. I had it connected to an accessory type, so only on when you were running, not on when you were starting. I misunderstood the run and start nomenclature, so I fucked up. I'm sorry, I messed up. Anyway, she runs now. We did a little bit of timing last night on it. Well, I was doing that. Drew was assembling windows, and it was quite the struggle. Really old window frame and the stuff inside, so he spent a lot of time doing that, sandblasting and cleaning and lubricating. Put some rubbers on, a little bit of a chip, and the door closes like it's supposed to. Forgot to also show this late last night. He also put these rubbers on here. I think I did it, but this is all. I know they stretch, as you know, but it is what it is. Started on these lights and had to get some hardware and, you know, migrated to a different different job, which I think it was the door. Anyway, that's it. I'll do a video of it running, but right now I had to take the dash apart and do a bunch of wire stuff, so I got to clean up the wiring that I made a mess of all day yesterday, and then insert the dash, and then we'll pick back up where we left off, which was trying to make this thing a complete car. We had to back out of the alignment because, yeah, last night we didn't know it was going to run, so it didn't make any sense to take it for alignment. But once it came about 10:30 last night, we got it running. So yeah, that's where we're at. Mufflers from the kit we bought. I didn't have time to fabricate from scratch. Headers are here, they're in and done. Drive lines in. This is the center piece with a cross pipe. We've got the bungs welded in, mild steel, stainless. Struggled with getting the welder set good, but they're all sealed up. They're cleaned up, taped, and ready for some paint. So we're gonna put some paint on here, and while it's still warm, and let her dry, and then we'll bolt this up and get the mufflers on. Well, it got pretty late last night, but here's what it looks like underneath the car. Comes out with the tips on. Sounds pretty good. I think I need to weld the tips on still, but there's a boss man come to inspect the work we did. We're gonna load up the truck, load up the trailer, put a boat part in, put a hood on, and load a whole bunch of parts. And then we're hitting the road. Well, that's that. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.